Hope this works. So anyway, Ellen, thanks for your review. This video is just to give a response to that review and to clarify some things. I'm going to focus only on Scatterbrain right now. I'm really happy that you like it and you played around with it. Good. So that's the website. Now, now I'll use you have this cleaned car data. So I just realized it's cleaned. In a real use case, you probably wouldn't be cleaned. But anyway, that's what we have right now. We'll use cleaned car data. Okay. Now, the other thing is this Scatterbrain is not really meant for, as I said, it's not meant for numeric data. And even this cleaned car data, now you say it has text, but it doesn't actually have. It's actually categorical variables, right? They're all categories. It's not really text like running text, someone writing free text, the way they want in the language they want, or anything like that. This is actually already processed, categorized stuff. So this is not the typical use case, but I think this is still a good thing to show what Scatterbrain does, at least in this first go. Now, okay, what did I do that? Cleaned car data. Okay, so one first things first, at least I think some of the so let's just do some random stuff. I wanted to show that what is that issue number? Oh, okay, I'm starting with issue number 3. Yeah, after uploading a data set, the previous fields are not removed. I think that has been sorted out because that gets cleaned. Okay. And obviously, if I refresh it, then everything goes away. And let me do that again. So that's it. This is a thread truth. And if I do cleaned car data set, it all goes. Yeah. And this is even if I move it to the other columns, it gets cleaned. I had that fixed in stable confusion, but I forgot to fix it here. But anyway, that was it. Now, it's important to understand what these 4 boxes are. Unused columns is just basically a container that just reads and puts all the columns in your data set so that you know what's there. It's not used any further. Okay, you can, after you've moved the columns to the boxes, the ones that you need, it's irrelevant what's over here. It can be full, it can be empty, it doesn't matter, it's totally ignored. So now we'll start filling up the stuff. And then now this is the important thing. You said you wanted to scatter by company. Now, as I said, that's not actually what you typically want to do, because in your data set you have the labels, you have company, and it's also pretty clean. The you might want to do it if your labels are not clean. For example, someone says Hyundai and the other one writes, I don't know, HMC Hyundai Motor Corp or something like that, and then it might be interesting. But in this case, totally not interesting. Now I'll show you how I would use this data set. I don't know much about this car data apart from the fact I think it's a data set used to predict the price. Okay, so let's pretend it's something like that. And now we'll do scatter by. You want to scatter by the input data. Okay, so name is interesting. The year, you can put multiple things here. Kilometers driven, and let's put the fuel type. Yeah, you can switch this like this, that make a difference. I can put company here. I'll typically think I want to put it there because cars, I mean, as I said, this data set looked pretty clean, and I think the name usually has the company. Um, so I'm putting it here right now. It's not a problem. I could even do this. Look, and this is intended. I have double here. I have company here and company there. That's okay. I might want that sometimes. I might really want it to scatter by company and also color by company. It's independent. I can do it. Um, I don't know. I'll just keep it separately right now. I think for this video it might be better. And in a typical case, you don't have Well, you might not have, or in some cases you might not have the price, but if you want, you can do that here. You could even put price out here. There's not a problem. There are some cases where that might be interesting. Um, let's keep it like, the vanilla case now, where you basically put in all the columns that I need. Typically, I want to shift all the columns here, unless I really know that there are some columns which I don't need. I just leave them unused. As I said, if I want, I can delete this. I can leave it empty. Now let's scatter them. So let's see. Okay, it did something. And now look, okay, so now obviously we're covering the case of labeled data. If I didn't have company, it would be unlabeled data, and then it would all be the same color. To keep this video short, I just want, and also to show the functionality, I've put it in. I put company here. Doesn't have to be there. You can do whatever you like. Okay, now, oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot to say, as I said, this is categorical data. Um, and the reason why Scatterbrain was made was because it's hard to analyze texts in an Excel. Free text in an Excel. It's not labeled. It's not clean. You might search. You can do searches, but it's just not convenient. So that's the other reason why this data set might not be ideal. But let's go ahead anyway. So scatterboard, yeah. So one thing you might see like there's one issue that I have only 10 colors right now. Maybe I should put that somewhere, or maybe just leave it. And that's why, since you have more than uh, 10 unique values in company, they get duplicated. So like Chevrolet is red, Maruti is red, Jeep is red. Yeah, that's I think that's a minor problem. But anyway, it's scattered that. Okay, it's scattered that. This is slightly different from a clustering algorithm. A clustering algorithm assigns clusters typically. Sorry, assigns samples, assigns clusters to samples or whatever, or samples to clusters. This is just scattering, and the clustering is kind of still left to the person using it. Um, and even if they don't manage to, the idea is that they use this to explore the data set, and maybe they could write down clusters here. Okay, anyway, now let's see. We've got this now, and then we've got this, and of course I could do select all data points, and that selects everything, right? Good. Okay, so I don't know what. Let's explore a cluster. Let's just do that. This might be Mahindra or Tata or Land. So it looks like it's Tata. Okay, good. And we can actually just see this is good. Tata. Okay, now, so that really is the Tata cluster. I think there'll be some cases in which you don't have them also close. What's that? These are Hyundai. And now just check this out. Hyundai. Yeah, so somehow it has clustered these together. I think these points are somehow similar to one another than points from here and here. Yeah. Okay. What else can we do? Something. Yeah, this, look at this. So this is exploring the data set, right? We're not classifying, we're not doing any of those things. It's just like exploring the data set situation. As someone has come and said, yeah, I've got data. Yeah, is there anything in it? And now we're just trying to see, is there anything in this data? Is it worthwhile spending my time to build to do any statistics, to do any sort of classification on it? Look at this. I noticed there's this orange one. It's kind of a you know thing, an anomaly maybe. Orange one is company Land Rover Land. Let's see if this is the only Land Rover. Oops, apologies. So land. Look, it looks like that's the only one. We haven't found it anywhere else. That's an interesting thing. Okay, in a real case, you might even have the ID on the side, so you could put the ID. But anyway, let's just say, just for the heck of it, only one Land Rover only one sample with land row. And this might, this could be something relevant when um, you're making some regression or classification problem. You have only one of this sample. That's something you'd have to treat specially. Good. Okay, what else? So I did this yesterday and I found a couple of interesting things, but I'm just trying to look. Another thing that happens is that sometimes these things come really one on top of each other. Let's see, I don't know, these look like really close. Look at that, yeah, separate them out. Tons of them. Let's just take that. What's happening there? Oh, look at that. They're just duplicate samples. That's so funny. I mean, it's a bit strange. There's exactly the same value. Anyway, I don't know what's the background for this data set. But anyway, if I was exploring it, I would say duplicates. Or duplicate that. Uh, I don't know, price. There might be some issues with the data cleaning. Good. What's this? Now, I don't know if this is, it's just me. Is this a separate? This looks a red among the oranges. If I'm Jeep. That's over here, Jeep. Let's just look for Jeep. Look at it, all of them are Jeep. Why? Oh, okay, I think I know. If I take all of these, look at that. That one, it's a 10th. That one which we found was Jeep, was the only Jeep which was not a Mahindra, so it got a different color. We can say with, let's just say company Jeep. Okay, check. Okay, there we go. Probably I want to do something like that. If I was in a real, hope this is right. Was it the company? Must be. Anyway. Good. You can, this can go on for quite a while. I don't know what's so special about this. Volvo. Look, that's the only Volvo. Volvo. Okay, so I think this video might can get a bit too long and take up too much space. So I'm gonna stop here. But I think I hope I've given an idea as to how this is used. Okay, anyway, just checking here. After uploading, I said that that's sorted out, dragging into any titles, and we get duplicate elements. Okay, now look, in some cases that's desired. For example, if I wanted this is desired, and that's why it was kept, that's why I did it this way. But what it doesn't make sense is if I do this, because then I have to, this is nonsense. Also won't change anything. It'll still color by you can have multiple columns here. It'll concatenate them and use that. Won't really change anything. I think it's not a big deal. Yeah, I mean, definitely in completely mature system, probably a really refined product might have multiple checks for all these kind of things, depending on which column it is. Right now, I don't see that as so concerning. So I think it's not a big deal. Good. Anyway, I showed how we found some, well, you could say anomalies, how you found duplicates. I'm sure you spend more time, you'll get even many more duplicates, and these kind of things which stand out. Yeah, you can't really do this any other way. I mean, as I said, this is categorical, so you could do some filtering, but even that, I think even in this case, this has helped because you have a visual element to it. Good. Okay, I think that's it for now. I think, yeah, I hope how you cluster your data is also clear, that it's basically using this data. If you want more the theoretical background for it is, it takes this, yeah, it clusters by this data and does some sort of projects it onto 2D. Yeah, we can talk about that. Maybe that's another video. Good. Okay. Thanks a lot, Ellen. I hope this helped. And yeah, let me know what you think.